after my son died in an accident. I planned to use the compensation money to raise my grandson and granddaughter, but the $20 million in compensation was gone. In just a few days, my daughter-in-law knelt on the ground, apologizing nonstop. I couldn't hear a word of it. I yelled that it was money my son paid for with his life. Now that she had blown it all, how were the kids supposed to survive? In a fit of anger, I kicked her out of the house. I warned my grandson and granddaughter that their mother would never be coming back. From now on, they only had grandpa. To support them, an uneducated old man like me could only scrub grill trays at a restaurant for a small paycheck. Life was tight. Every meal was just a few simple vegetables. Mike hadn't had meat in a long time and kept begging for fried pork chops. I comforted him, saying I'd buy some once I got paid. That day, my granddaughter's kindergarten had a strawberry picking event. But the restaurant owner called and told me to work overtime. He said for every tray I scrubbed today, he'd give me an extra $300. I had no choice but to drag Mike up and ask him to look after his sister instead. He didn't want to. I told him once I got paid today, I'd buy him the dinosaur robot he wanted. At the strawberry field, the siblings felt out of place. Every other child had their parents with them. At lunchtime, other kids opened beautifully packed lunches made by mom and dad. They only had cabbage and plain rice. Watching other kids being fed by their parents, their eyes were full of envy. Meanwhile, the restaurant was slammed. More and more trays piled up. By the end of the day, my back ached and my waist throbbed, but at least I made $3,000. I didn't forget my promise to Mike. I went to the toy store to buy the robot he wanted. I asked the clerk how much it was. $7,000, she said. The number hit me like a brick. In the end, I only bought some snacks. When Mike saw them, he exploded. He rolled around on the bed, yelling that if I couldn't keep my word, I shouldn't have promised in the first place. I hurried to comfort him. I told him when we were young, we didn't have things like that either, and we were still happy. That night, I tried to put a pain patch on my back, but I couldn't reach the sore spot. I called Mike over to help. He was still mad about earlier and slapped the patch on carelessly. Before going to bed, I stood in front of my son's portrait and promised him that before Mike started elementary school next spring, I would buy him that dinosaur robot. Only then did Mike finally smile. Just then, the doctor came to visit. I asked him straight up if my time was, almost up. He told me it was late-stage lung cancer. I probably wouldn't make it to next spring. I just smiled. I had expected this outcome. He advised me to place the kids with a foster family first. He said medicine is advanced now, and surgery might give me a good chance, but I turned and walked back into the house. I'm not afraid of dying. What I'm afraid of is what will happen to my grandchildren after I'm gone. I picked up my son's portrait, how I wished ghosts were real so my son could tell me what to do.